We're going to Disney World.
No, we're not.
We are.
You're laughing.
I'm telling you the truth.
No,
Yeah, I am. I'm telling you the truth.
you know.
We're going to Disney World.
No.
Yeah, we're going in 30 sleeps. Are you excited?
Even Lulu's going.
Lulu's even excited for us.
Mickey Mouse.
What do you think that might mean?
We're going to go to Disney World? Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to go to Disney World. Do you want to go?
Uh-huh.
So we're going to go on a big aeroplane and fly in the sky for ages and go and see Mickey Mouse. Are you excited? Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So I am so excited to be making this video because in 3 weeks time we are going to Walt Disney World Resort in Florida with attractiontickets.com. We have literally always wanted to go here, but we are going to be doing this trip on a budget. We are really excited to be working with attractiontickets.com to create content to show you how we're budgeting for our family holiday to Walt Disney World Resort in Florida. I'm going to be sharing our first-hand tips of booking our holiday, but also I'm going to share with you the decisions we have made to help save money along the way. We booked through attractiontickets.com as they're the UK's biggest Florida theme park ticket seller. They have 17 years of experience booking Florida theme park holidays and are also ABTA protected, which means your booking and your money is completely protected. Our budget for this family holiday is £6,000. That £6,000 needs to cover our flights to Orlando, our accommodation while we're there, all of the Disney park tickets, and also all of the little kind of like hidden extras that you don't think about. So like our ESTAs, also the transfers to and from the airport when we arrive in Orlando, and the £6,000 also needs to cover all of our spending money from souvenirs all the way through to food. Of course you can spend a lot more when planning a Walt Disney World holiday, but I wanted to show you how you can have an amazing time even if you are being budget conscious. When we first started the planning process, we were almost overwhelmed with the amount of choices that we had, and we didn't really know where to start. So what we decided to do was kind of break down our holiday planning into bite-sized pieces and book it that way. For us, that kind of made sense. We're going for 1 week, and for us to do that and really pinpoint what we wanted to do throughout the week made the planning process so much easier. So I wanted to share with you all the different options that we came up with to try and keep our spend as low as possible for this trip. I feel like this is a really good way to go about planning and booking our holiday, and I hope that my tips and advice can kind of help when you are planning your Disney holiday. I also hope that I can maybe show you ways that you can save money which you may not have thought of before. Right, so firstly, let's start with holiday dates. We really wanted to go to Orlando when the weather was going to be nice and warm so we could take full advantage of all of the Disney parks, including the water parks. So when we looked into it, we saw that February half term was a really good time to go because the weather is like 24 degrees centigrade and it's got very, very little rainfall. October was another good half term to look at because the weather is very similar then. Once we decided on dates, we could then move on to looking at flights. So when looking at flights, we came up with 3 different options of how we could get to Orlando. The first option was a direct flight. For the 4 of us, that was coming out at about £3,000. The second option was to fly indirect. So whenever I've thought of flying indirect before, it's just, to me with kids, I thought no way. So when we were looking at indirect flights, I was searching for the fastest way to get there but the cheapest way to get there, and I found some really great offers. I found some flights for £350 a person flying into an American airport, which then means you can go through customs at your first check-in point at that airport you're flying into, because the wait times can be anything from about 30 to 60 minutes, and it just means as soon as you land in Orlando you can go straight through and get in your cab. When looking at flight times when flying indirect, the flight times were actually only an extra 2 hours over flying direct, but it saved so much money. The third option was to fly to a different airport that was quite close to Orlando. Now we really liked this idea, but because we're just going for 1 week, we thought maybe it might be better to do that on a longer holiday. We looked into flying into Miami and then getting a hire car and driving from Miami along the coast all the way up to Orlando. The flights to Miami were working out £400 per person. The hire car was £250 for a week, plus you would need to add fuel. So for us, this wasn't the most budget-friendly way of getting to Orlando. However, if we were going for longer, I think I would actually have chosen this way to get there because, like I said, adding another dimension to your trip is just really exciting, and I would really love to do a long coastal drive up to Orlando so I can stop off at all the different beaches and just tick them off my bucket list. We as a family have always preferred to have the spending money on the other side than spend it on travel. So what we decided to do was go for option 2. So we are going to be flying indirect to Orlando, which is coming out at £1,400, which is a huge saving of £1,600 over flying direct. Once we had decided on flights, we could then move on to looking at accommodation for our stay. Once again, we found there were kind of 3 different options for us when it came to accommodation choices. The first one was Disney Resort hotels. These hotels look absolutely incredible, but because we're booking our trip quite close to our departure date, there wasn't much availability in the value properties. By staying in a Disney Resort hotel, however, has so many perks. These include early entry into the Disney parks. You can also pre-book your fast pass reservations further in advance than ticket-only customers. I also found that these hotels have great offers on at different times of the year. For example, stay for 14 nights but only pay for 10. Prices on attractiontickets.com start from just £83 a night to stay at a value property. So if you're booking more in advance than we are, then they are definitely ones to consider. Another thing to bear in mind is that if you're staying in a Disney Resort hotel, you get free transfers from the airport to your hotel. So again, that is a really good way of saving money too. The next option we found was to stay in a Disney partner hotel. These are all hotels which are situated within Walt Disney World and have some amazing benefits. They are all close to at least one of the Disney parks, and they also offer free transport to and from the Disney parks each day. You can get some really great deals with these hotels, and also there's so many of them for you to choose from, so they are definitely worth checking out. The last option we came up with was to stay in an Airbnb. So obviously the prices for Airbnb differ considerably. You can stay in a flat or you can stay in a mansion with a swimming pool. But the ones we were looking at were about £100 a night. This included all your fees, your cleaning fees and everything like that. So what we did think was that if we stayed in an Airbnb and it came with a little kitchen, we could have breakfast at home, we could have dinners at home to save on our food bill when we're out. And we also thought that we could make up some packed lunches to take with us to the park, because my kids need like a buffet as they are going anywhere and just get starving all the time. So we thought if we create a little packed lunch before we went, then we could just buy ice creams and snacks while we're there, as well as souvenirs and things in the Disney parks to kind of like reduce our food spending bill further. Another thing to consider with Airbnb is your transport. So like I said, if you want to hire a car, it's going to be about £250 for the week, or you get taxis everywhere. And if you are hiring a car, then you need to consider the parking charge that you will be paying when you go and park in one of the Disney parks. So again, we decided to go for option 2, and we are staying in one of the Disney partner hotels. We are staying in the Wyndham Lake Buena Vista, which is right by Disney Springs. When we found this hotel, we were really excited because so many of our friends have said to us, you have to go to Disney Springs. So that was one of the things on our bucket list while we are over there. We booked our park tickets and accommodation with attractiontickets.com. Staying at one of the Disney partner hotels means we will also benefit from extra magic hours at the Disney theme parks, where each day one of the Disney theme parks opens 1 hour earlier in the morning or stays open for 2 hours extra after regular closing time. We also get access to Disney Fast Pass planning up to 60 days before we arrive, which is 30 days before ticket-only guests, allowing us to book times for certain attractions and character experiences in advance. So far out of our £6,000 spending money, we have spent £1,400 on our flights, £930 on our accommodation, £1,600 on 4 Disney Ultimate tickets at £57 per person per day, which takes our current total up to £3,930. This leaves us a little over £2,000 for all our food, transfers, spending money and our ESTAs. We also won't be spending on any other entertainment when we're at the Disney parks because they offer us everything we need need to keep the boys entertained for the whole time. As previously mentioned, I booked our accommodation and our Disney park tickets at the same time. However, if you do choose to stay off site, you can still buy your tickets separately over on attractiontickets.com. As you can tell, I have done a lot of research when it comes to our family holiday to Walt Disney World, and I definitely found that attractiontickets.com were the most competitive price when it came to park tickets. They are also running an offer at the moment where you get 14 days in the park for the price of 7. We've also discovered that by buying your tickets before you leave the UK is the best way to get the most value from your money. If you turn up to the parks on the day, you can pay as much as $150 per person to get into each of the different parks. Whereas if you're visiting the park for 7 days on a prepaid ticket, it works out at just £57 per person per day for entry. Another great thing I found for budgeting is if you book your tickets through attractiontickets.com, they offer a deposit option where you can book for just £25 per person with the balance due 6 weeks before you go. This is really great for if they are running an offer on tickets and you don't want to miss out on the offer. Even if you're planning to go in a year's time, you can purchase your tickets and you can slowly chip away at your balance on the run up to your holiday. This I think is a really great way to kind of spread the cost of your holiday, so you can kind of like budget for it monthly and just pay off chunks at a time, so when it comes to you actually going, you don't have to pay a big lump sum at once. Attractiontickets.com always send out real tickets as well. This is like an added peace of mind, and it also means that you don't have to worry about exchanging your voucher at the gate. Instead, you'll just go straight in with no queuing in the ticket queues. I feel like I could just go on and on chatting about what we have decided to do, but what I'm going to do is finish this video here, and then in a couple of weeks I'll put out another video showing how we have kind of like finalised and fine-tuned even more of our family holiday to Walt Disney World Resort in Florida. I really hope this video has been helpful. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them down below in the description box, because in the next video I'll also be answering any of those questions that have been asked. And then when I get back as well from going away on holiday, I want to make another video where I will show you, I'll be completely transparent about everything that we have spent whilst out there and how much our holiday came up to, including spending money and food and everything like that. Thank you so much for watching today's video. I really hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you again soon. And then when we're out in Disney, you know I'll be vlogging it out there. So yeah. Thank you for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time. Bye!